Those gathered, all brothers, some by blood, some not, knew better than to speak before the man who'd called the emergency meeting of Los Caballeros arrived. The secret society, dating back to our grandfathers' grandfathers, only met when absolutely necessary. "I've asked you here tonight because someone needs our help," said Noah Ridge, the last to turn up. "Serafina Reeves' younger sister, Louisa, is missing. She hasn't been seen in 4 days, after she left the apartment she shared with her mother, Leah." I pulled out my tablet and made notes of everything Ridge said as he briefed the group on the details he'd learned earlier this evening from Serafina. Louisa was believed to have gone out with a boyfriend, Jorge, last name unknown, after an argument with her mother. Her cell phone, computer, social media, and bank accounts hadn't shown any activity since. That was enough to make the disappearance seem suspicious. However, that the missing woman was in her final weeks as a summa cum laude graduate student in Cal Poly San Luis Obispo's MBA program and hadn't attended a single class in those 4 days made it even more so. When Ridge called for questions, I cleared my throat. "You said Ms. Reeve only knows her sister's boyfriend's first name?" "Correct," he responded. "Would it be possible for us to obtain a photograph of both him and the missing sister?" Each member of Los Caballeros brought with him a specific skill set. Mine was with technology, as it related to security and intelligence. Once I had a photo, I could make several things happen. First, I'd run the man's image through the facial recognition software I had access to. It was as powerful as the one used by the US government. Second, once I had a hit on who he was, I'd use the same software to track his movements not just in the last week, but the last several. It was after midnight by the time Ridge adjourned our meeting. All those present had their marching orders, so to speak, for the following days.
"I'm tired, and I have a lot of homework to do tonight, Jorge. Please just drop me off at my mom's," I said when we left the restaurant where we'd had dinner.
You can hang out a little while longer. We'll watch a movie. You can pick.
I didn't want to go to Jorge's tonight, or any other night. I couldn't stand his roommates and wasn't too crazy about him anymore either. I should have broken up with him before our date tonight, but as usual, I'd chickened out. It wasn't that I was afraid to do it, as much as I hated confrontation. I had skirted it all my life. My childhood memories were riddled with recollections of my parents fighting. The last was when my dad left for a bar after dinner and never came back. He didn't die that night. 4 other people did. A father, a mother, and their 2 kids were on their way home when a drunk driver plowed into their car head-on, killing them all instantly. The driver, my father, survived, but he lingered in a coma for 4 years, long enough for our family to lose everything, all our money, him and my mother, since she spent every day of those 4 years sitting beside his hospital bed. That same year, I lost all my friends too, except for one, Jada Yanes. She stuck by me no matter how horribly every other kid at our school picked on me for being a murderer's kid. They taunted me daily, saying I should have been the one who died, and every day I wished I had. The only thing that stopped me from killing myself back then was what it would have done to my sister, Serafina. She'd already lost more than I had. Instead of being a carefree college student, she became my surrogate mom when she was 18 and I was 12, since she was basically all I had. Was that when my inability to stick up for myself began? Or had I always been this way? I remembered very little about my life before my father's accident. I looked over at Jorge, wishing that when I said I wanted to go home, my boyfriend respected me enough to take me there. Was that on him or me?